Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Origins. Just another reminder, this is not a blind playthrough. We have just arrived at Ostagar. Very, very windy place. I do want to like headcanon a little bit that our dwarf had a moment before when she stepped out onto the surface for the first time. Because the whole deal with dwarfs who live in Orzammar, they never leave. That's their whole life. Usually they stay there and that's that. But now we have this whole giant sky above us with nothing to catch us. No stone to hold us down. I feel like our Sereda probably had a brief moment of, oh my god, I feel nauseated, I'm gonna throw up, before they started heading out on their journey. Just wanted to do a little headcanon of that. It's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever go back here. I don't think I've ever gone back here when I arrived at Ostagar before. So let's explore a little bit. Going forward, I think episodes will be as long as I want them to be. I'm hoping to do all of Ostagar while we're here in this one episode, but we will see. If it gets over the 4 hours, I think I might have to cut it off.
Maker watch over you, my lady.
I don't believe in the Maker.
Right.
I also installed a few other mods that I'm going to add to the list. One was an outfit for a companion we'll be getting soon. Because her original outfit, I mean, it just shows too much in my opinion. And I think it looks badass what I got her in. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work... You know, there's another mod that I should have gotten. And it was the Lock Bash mod, but I didn't.
Over you, my lady.
I didn't get that. I was like, I'm gonna have a rogue in my party all the time, but then I realized these moments where I'm by myself. We have found a gift. Okay, we'll look at that in a second.
Maker watch over you, my lady.
Okay, they keep saying that. Oh! That's funny. You can see my helmet right before I go into my inventory. We found a beef bone. That's surely to go to the best companion, but that's for later. Okay, I don't think I ever went backwards before continuing on, so that's cool that we did that. Oh, hi. There's soldiers everywhere. Hey.
Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Terran worries that may not be enough.
It might not be. What's happening over here? Tower Ifshal.
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now.
What is the Tower of Ishal?
I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest.
Why is the tower off limits exactly?
By orders of Terran Logain. The tower is being secured by his men to be used during battle. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out.
Lower chambers?
I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows?
This is a pretty large ruin.
Goes back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing.
Dwarven make, of course.
Make us speed your steps.
Of course. There's no better make than Dwarven works. I really hate this outfit, and I think I got better armor. The boob armor, guys. Wait. Oh, what I have on is better. Oh. It's a little better, but also still booby. Alright, let's go forward. I should also remember to quick save because I don't know what's gonna... Heavy armor. Beware that they reduce the character's attack speed with bows and crossbows, although the Master Archer talent eliminates this penalty for the heavy class of armors. Weighty armor also tends to cause more fatigue, which is a percentage increase in the mana or stamina cost to activate a spell or talent. That's okay. Hello.
Maker watch over you.
Oh my god, that's all they say. That's all they say. Yikes, I crashed already. Okay, hold on. Okay, if I keep, we'll see if I keep disconnecting when I cross this bridge. Quick sail a little closer. I am. I'm gonna keep crashing when I get across the bridge. What the fuck? Okay, I had to do some digging onto why I kept crashing. I don't think it was my mods. I'm pretty sure it was because I don't understand it all myself because I haven't grown up being a computer gamer. But apparently there was data leaking, because it wouldn't go over a certain gigabyte. And so I had to download another thing to help with that. Hopefully, if it crashes again, I don't know what to do. I'll have to do more research.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden.
But it doesn't look like it's gonna crash. Hello, hi.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Where's Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment.
Alright, looks like we can...
Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
It seems like I fixed whatever it was. I'm looking for a Grey Warden named Alistair.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the majors.
Tell me about Ostagar.
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
What a saying. Is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
Where is the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does.
Oh, the Circle of Magi is here? Would we know about that? I guess so, because dwarves provide lyrium to them.
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
Damn. I want to ask you something else.
Go on, then.
I'll be on my way.
Good luck to you, then.
So we got a new codex, Ostagar. Representing the furthest point of encroachment by the ancient Tevinter Imperium into the barbarian lands of the southeast, the fortress of Ostagar was once one of the most important defensive holdings south of the Waking Sea. It stood at the edge of the Korcari Wilds, watching for any signs of invasion by the barbarians known today as the Chastened Wilders. Straddling a narrow pass in the hills, the fortress needed to be bypassed to reach the fertile lowlands to the north and proved to be exceedingly difficult for the Wilders to attack because of its naturally defensible position. Like most imperial holdings in the south, Ostagar was abandoned after the defenders' collapse during the First Blight. It was successfully sacked by the Chastened Wilders, and then, as the Chastened threat dwindled following the creation of the modern Ferelden nation, fell to ruin completely. It has remained unmanned for 4 centuries, though most of the walls still stand, as does the tall tower of Ishal, named after the great archon that ordered its construction. Ostagar remains a treatment to the magical power of the Imperium that created it. So, this is... okay. What's this? The Korcari Wild, speaking of. So, the Tevinter Imperium, centuries ago, built this for their own, whatever they had going on. The Korcari Wilds. It is said that in the midst of the Black Age, when werewolves stalked the lands of Ferelden in numbers that kept every farmholder indoors and a hound on every doorstep, a powerful oral of the Alamari people stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His Arling stood on the border of the Dark Forest on the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assaults on humanity. For 20 years, this Arl led an army of warriors and hounds deep into the forest. In this hunt for the werewolves, he slew not only every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the Chastened Wilder folk. Whoa, what the fuck? Any one of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside and thus be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years, the forest rang with screams and the rivers ran red. I think he might be a little fucked up. The tales say that an old chastened woman found her sons all dead at the Arl's blade. She pulled one of those very blades from her one son's heart and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the Arl's name as she did so. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until it was everywhere in the forest. The Arl's army became lost, and it is said that they died there. Others say they wonder still. The ruins of his Arling stand to this day, filled with ghosts of women, waiting eternally for their husbands to return. The forest of the legend is, of course, the Korcari Wilds. There are as many legends about the Grey Southern Forest as there are shadows, or so the saying goes. The Chastened Wilder folk have made their home there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wild land spread as far into the south as anyone's ventured. Beyond the mist are vast tracts of snow, white-capped mountains, and entire fields of ice. It is a land too cold for mankind to survive, yet the Chastened eke out of an existence even there, and they tell of horrors beyond the wilds that the lowland folk could not begin to comprehend. To most, Ferelden simply ends with the Korcari Wilds. There is nothing beyond. The wilds is a land of great trees, wet marshes, and dangerous monsters. What more need be said? By Mother Alis. Okay. We also have creatures. Archdemon. In darkness internal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumont. Their taint twisted even the false god and the whisperer, awoke at last in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world, the first blight. The false dragon gods of the Deventer Imperium lie buried deep within the earth, where they have been imprisoned since the Maker cast them down. No one knows what it is that drives the darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, or as moths will fly into torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the ones who goaded the magisters to assault heaven. Whatever the reason, when darkspawn find one of these ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by the taint. It awakens twisted and corrupted and leads the darkspawn in a full-scale invasion of the land, a blight. Characters. Got quite a few. Balin Adukin. I didn't know if we had these before. Time is something he may not have much left of. Third of King Indrin's children, Balin has always been considered the last and least of his family. Trian was the undisputed heir, apparent from the moment of his birth, and Sarada was not only the most accomplished, but also their father's clear favorite. Balin's most notable trait was his ability to stay out of trouble. He murdered Trian and then framed Sarada, eliminating both his rivals in one stroke. King Kaelin Theron. I had hoped for a war like in the tales, a king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. Son of the legendary King Merrick Theron, Kaelin was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he's held the throne alongside his queen, Anora. Logan Mactyr. It takes more than legends to win a battle. Logain was born a farmer during the time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance, where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Merrick, the last true heir to the Ferelden throne, and together they led the rebels to drive out the forces of the Orlesian Empire. Merrick raised his friends to the nobility, and Logain is now more of a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideals of hard work and independence. Very big characters moving around the board right now. Another thing I'm going to keep doing is quick saving. So hopefully we won't crash. It seems a little laggy, I'm not going to lie. It's also really dark.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
The Fade?
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages
His
tell
freaking
us.
eyes.
Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
As you wish. We don't know about dreams personally. Oh, hi. Oh, it's just... Okay. Win!
Greetings, young lady.
Hi!
You're Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
I am Sarada.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
It's not luck but skill that will save us.
And I'm sure you have plenty of that to offer. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
You faced Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
What does the Fade have to do with anything?
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
So Darks... I feel like both of these are valid, but so Darkspawn are just dream spirits?
Sadly, no. They are kin to neither the gentle Fade spirits nor the malevolent demons. Shamefully, they were once the souls of men. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
You humans and your chantry.
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
I'll just kill every Darkspawn I see.
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the past, but I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Die in this battle and
We got to win. Win! I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. Wynn's talent became apparent early on, particularly her skill at healing magic. She was well liked by all her mentors and was recognized as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny that she represented the best the Circle had to offer. She was an intelligent young woman who possessed a quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the Circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be her first enchanter Irving's successor. But she refused, saying that she had no desire to work in the upper Echelons. When word reached the tower King Kaelin's call to arms, Wynne volunteered to go to Ostagar. She is a very open spirit. We have magic, the Fade. The study of the Fade is as old as humankind. For as long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisting paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart, always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Tevinter Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately futile endeavor. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all of the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the disparate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits, before they are forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirit is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, and events, which, like their reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals and build their realms with no other ambition than to taste life. From first enchanter Joseph from Tranquility and the role of the Fade in human culture. So it's a dream world where where spirits just mimic what we do. What do we do? Hello?
Welcome, young woman.
Who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
You speak very strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
They're not feared by dwarves.
Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
How would a dwarf care about this? They've been stripped of emotions and talent. So they're just like a freaking vessel with barely anything inside them. They're barely a person, doesn't it seem like that? I'm pretty sure there's probably been lots of debate about this. What's our strong opinion? Dwarven opinion. We don't really care for mages. How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
They didn't have it in this game, but there's supposed to be like a little mark on their forehead. And this, the process is irreversible, so once you are tranquil, that's it. Sounds like a horrid practice.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content to serve in my role.
These are my last two options. I feel badly for you not being able to feel anything but content. You have no other emotion. I feel badly for you.
You do? I feel nothing.
Yeah.
As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful.
Tranquil.
I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
What is enchantment exactly?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
What sort of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
Okay, well thank you.
Goodbye.
We're going to be filled with codex. The Tranquil. The Tranquil are the least understood but most visible members of the Circle. Every city of the respectable size boasts of a Circle of Magi shop, and every one of these shops is run by a Tranquil proprietor. The name is a misnomer, for they are not tranquil at all, rather they are like inanimate objects that speak. And if a table wished to sell you an enchanted penknife, it could pass as one of these people. Their eyes are expressionless, their voice monotone. Incomparable craftsmen they might be, but they are hardly the sorts of mages to put ordinary folk at ease. Brother Genitivi. Yeah, it seems very unnatural what they've done to the Tranquil.
As you wish.
That course of action is inadvisable.
He's threatening me. it seems like a very awful thing to happen to you, but obviously they don't care or don't mind after the fact. It seems like they are completely okay with being tranquil after being tranquil. I don't think they have a choice. It's like some kind of weird, like, what's the word? I was gonna say possession? But that's not the right word. Like they're possessed to be like they are? No, what was it? It left me. Compelled. Like they were forced not only to be tranquil, but to act like this. I feel like I'm just talking in a circle. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, if the color looks lighter, I think I finally figured out how to lighten the game. Sorry, we're a work in progress. Okay, let's continue exploring the camp.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
Davith. Hello, Davith.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, me and Sir Knight were just betting on what the third recruit would be. Not a dwarf, yet here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about this ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
The wilds?
We're right on the northern edge of the Korcari wilds here, miles and miles of savage country. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
Why would they send us into the forest?
Sounds like some kind of test. Maybe we'll hunt us a souvenir or two. It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
Okay. I wouldn't be here if I did.
You take what you get, right? Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
He didn't make a sexist comment. I think if you play as if you make certain choices in that dialogue as a woman, he comments on your womanness, of course. Why is the music so dramatic? What's happening?
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Can't say I have, no.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the make her up. No, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Do you need help? Well, I don't really want to offer that help. What kind of supplies do you have?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some, goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
Let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
I feel like for long-term things, we're gonna need crafting supplies to make health potions and all that. Well, we need to get that. I could sell this stuff. Tattered prison clothes. Let me get that backpack for sure. And I kind of want to buy the health potions, so I will. Just normal stuff he has. Nothing I would want. What about
Hello again. Is there something you need?
your other
So long
goods?
as you keep it quiet.
That's a nice shield. Either one of those is nice. You have more health potions. Ooh, the recipes. Bam. I didn't think about the recipes. Maybe we'll come back. Hopefully our game won't crash anymore, but we shall see. Let's go around the other areas of the map.
Maker above, hear the prayers of your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your...
I might have to turn down the audio.
Prophet Andraste now beg your forgiveness. Do not abandon us in our darkest hour. Watch over the
Look
valiant
at our little
King
dwarf,
Kaelin
she's so
and
tiny.
guide him as he faces this terrible evil. Watch over Terran Loghain and give him the wisdom to bring us victory against the Scourge of Shadow. Watch over Ferelden, the homeland of Holy Andraste. Keep her people
Duncan.
safe from the Darkspawn. Let us bow our heads and offer prayers to the Maker, that he might find us worthy.
Can we talk to her?
I do not have time to speak at present,
Oh.
thank you.
Okay. My bad. Seems like the Kennel Master has something to say.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help.
Why would I help you?
This beast is in the king's service, just like you and I. This is a Mabari, smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Just how smart is this dog?
Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world. Trouble is, they generally imprint to one master. Re-imprinting them is very difficult. But without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help?
Could he be imprinted to me?
We can try, but first we need to muzzle and medicate him.
Why do you think I could muzzle him?
You're a Grey Warden, or soon will be. All wardens are immune to the darkspawn taint. The most you have to worry about is some tooth marks.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
Oh, it's so sad. Hello. The dog looks up at you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes as well as a great deal of pain. This animal is very ill. Kill the dog! Oh my gosh! We're gonna put the muzzle on him. The Mari growls weakly but does not challenge you. After you are done, he whimpers plaintively.
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
I might be, why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white with a blood red center.
Do you think I have nothing better to do? Do you think I have nothing better to do?
We're all busy. As it is, if we can get this hound better, we can re-imprint him on someone. Even you, if you like.
Will the dog be alright without it?
If he doesn't get it, chances are he'll need to be put down.
Where in the wilds would I find this flower?
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year.
Okay, I'll see if I can find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Codex, Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their master and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen. And the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. Crazy. Some war dogs. In Orzammar, we don't have war dogs. Ash warriors.
You there, elf. What's your name?
He doesn't have a name.
It's Pick, sir. Go tell Tern Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Oh, he's going. Hi.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
Ash warrior leader.
You're the dwarf who walks with the Grey Wardens. A respectable decision.
You know much about us dwarves?
Some, like all Ash Warriors. Our training originates from the dwarves.
Ooh, does it?
Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors, as you should well know.
You trained with the dwarven berserker warriors?
Our discipline was passed down to us from the time of Luthias the Dwarf Son.
The dwarf son.
He trained with the berserkers of your kind, long ago.
So are you the same as berserkers in Orzammar?
Perhaps. I've never been, so I cannot say for certain, but I'm told our traditions are the same. We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds.
Ooh.
That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Is a dog that good in combat?
A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survives the blood, what do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
I feel like Serena would know a little bit about how darkspawn blood taints things, because dwarfs are constantly fighting darkspawn underground. Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
Ooh. What if the enemy is painted with caddis as well?
Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
No. I hope you're joking.
If you tried, we would kill you. And that is no joke.
Tell me of Luthias the dwarf son.
I am no bard, but I will do my best. Luthias was a claimed tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Luthias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Luthias then taught this to the clan, who made him their chieftain.
What happened to him?
Luthias' prowess earned him the love of Morrigan, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Luthias was grieved. He sent Morrigan away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes. In the end, Luthias slew Morrigan in single combat. However,
Whoa.
his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day and gave Matthias an honoured burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today.
So he betrayed his wife and killed his lover. What happened to his wife, Skaya?
It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Matthias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. Then she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only your people would know.
Ooh. I was gonna say they accepted her back after going to the surface. The name sounds familiar. I believe she became a paragon.
These are your honoured ancestors, yes? And what of Matthias? Is he known?
Not to me, but that doesn't mean he wasn't honored.
Time fades even legend, perhaps. I know Matthias was the first of our warriors, and that is enough for me.
An interesting legend, thank you for telling me.
It was an honour.
Okay, bye-bye.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
I think it's cool because she would be interested to know of her own past as well. Legend of Matthias, dwarf son. At an early age, Matthias was smaller than most children of the Alamari. At the age of 12, Matthias saved Tutha, the son of the tribal chief, from his own dog. The dog had gone rabid, and when it attacked Tutha, Matthias slew it with his bare hands. Tutha's father, Mabine, was impressed with Matthias' strength and bravery, and so took him in as his own son. When Matthias grew to manhood, he became known for his charisma and bravery. While shorter than his fellow warriors, Matthias was stronger and doughtier than any warrior in the tribe. When Matthias was still a young man, Mabine sent him to the dwarven city of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance. Mabine tried to come into conflict with other Alamari and needed as much help as he could get. Matthias was unable to convince the dwarven king to aid his tribe, but fell in love with the king's daughter, Skaya? Matthias and Skaya fled the dwarven realm and returned to his tribe. Skaya taught Matthias the art of fighting without pain, the berserker state known as the Battle Wrath, and with it, Matthias became a renowned warrior. Matthias led his tribe to many victories until eventually he replaced his foster father as chief of his tribe. This peace would not last. During the feast between the tribal leaders of the Alamari and the Avar, the beautiful and powerful Avar chieftain, Morrigan, became enamored with Matthias and seduced him. Skaya learned of the tryst and fled the village to return to Orzammar. When Matthias rebuffed Morrigan's offer of marriage, she left in great anger, and from that moment on, there was war between the two tribes. For 15 years, the Alamari and Avar fought. During the Battle of Red Falls, a powerful young warrior from Morrigan's tribe challenged Matthias to a battle. Matthias was injured grievously but slew the boy. Morrigan revealed that the boy was Matthias' son, conceived 15 years ago during their tryst. She cursed Matthias as the murderer of his own kin, and the Battle of Red Falls turned against Matthias. Whoa! You didn't tell me that, sir! Morrigan defeated Matthias in battle after battle until the Alamari were driven to the foothills of the Frostback Mountains. There, Matthias made a last stand. And the night before Matthias' final battle, Skaya came to him and offered him a dwarven suit of chain in exchange for a night together. Why would she do this? 15 years later, why would she do this? Matthias agreed and wore the armor the following morning in battle. The battle was fierce and bloody, and Matthias met Morrigan in personal combat. In the end, Matthias slew the warrior woman, but not before receiving a mortal wound to his heart, the chain inexplicably unable to block her final blow. I wonder if that was intended. Matthias died, and after the battle was done, a party of dwarven warriors came down from the mountain and took the body of Matthias back to Orzammar. Author unrecorded. Wow. That's insane. So that's the dwarven ash warrior. That's really cool. I just love the lore of this game. It has so much. Like, so much.
Welcome to the King's Keep, my lady.
Oh, Davith is here.
Well, in for a silver, in for a crown, as my dear mum always used to say.
What does that mean?
You found out
Duncan.
Ted, is there something you need?
I have some questions.
Alistair can help you with those.
Oh.
I had hoped he would be back by now.
He just cuts me off. Papa! Do we want to bother the king? Or even Loghain?
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
Tell me about Teyrn Loghain.
How can you not know of Loghain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Teyrn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
I'm just gonna say it, dude. Look at me. I'm a fucking dwarf. You think I know about you humans? Is the Teyrn inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
Whoa. Surely you can tell me a little about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Teyrn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Teyrn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Teyrn Loghain tells him. Without the Teyrn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
Oh, we can still ask. I don't want to... let's talk to him. I would like an audience.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on, then.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Yes, I am.
Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
A fascination you don't share.
The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Kaelin thinks. You're no surface dwarf, I can see it in your eyes. Smart of the Grey Wardens to look for new recruits in Orzammar. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I have a mod to help all the companion faces, and Loghain looks so strange. I'm used to his, grimy look. Riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows. I don't know.
If Kaelin has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
You don't seem very fond of him.
He is Maric's son and the leader of my beloved Ferelden, and a very young man. I try to keep that in mind, as should you.
I'm just a dwarf, sir. I don't know about you kings and kingdoms.
Greetings. King Kaelin is not in his tent right now.
Do you know where the king is?
I believe he's with the Grey Wardens in camp, drinking. He holds them in high regard, you know, as his father did.
Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
How should I know?
I thought Grey Wardens knew all about the Darkspawn. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
The queen?
She's the Teyrn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
Okay.
As you wish.
We got enough tea. We're piecing it together. What's happening up here?
Look carefully, men. This wretched thing is a Darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die.
Hello, Sergeant.
Well, don't touch the carcass. We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect anything.
Okay. Oh my god, I should have got that lock bashing mod. Oh well.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these Darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me.
He doesn't have gloves. So you send them underground, but they're still a threat, even underground.
Right.
Don't mind me, lady.
My faith sustains me. I shall not fear 10,000 men should they set themselves against me.
Hello.
I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the Fade, for there is no darkness, nor death in the Maker's light. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the Fade, for there is no darkness, nor death in the Maker's light.
Oh hey, it's you.
Hello? I'm sorry, is there something you needed?
No, I just wanted to talk.
You want to talk to me? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Not that I know of.
Oh, that's a relief. I'm one of the king's servants, which means I run messages around and make deliveries all day long. If you fall behind, you get the switch from the quartermaster. Oh, I wish I were back at the palace. There are far more places to hide. I better go. If the quartermaster sees me chatting, he'll think I'm being lazy, and that'll be my hide. But it was nice talking to someone.
Nice to complain for this split second. That's where we came in at. Cool. Cool.
I want this nonsense talk stopped immediately. What are you, a bunch of nattering wives spreading gossip until you brown your small clothes out of terror? We've seen nothing to suggest that the Darkspawn drag our people underground to eat them. And I want this talk about Darkspawn enslaving survivors to stop immediately. Keep your minds focused on the battle. You fight for Ferelden and for your king. Remember that.
Yeah, about that. It's way worse than you think. Okay, Duncan's not gonna talk to us till we get Alistar.
My sisters and gentlefolk, we stand here on the eve of...
Let's check up here. The infirmy.
You need to convince them. We've got to run.
Dude.
The Darkspawn are coming.
Why do you say that?
I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
Is it possible he has important information?
The commander who brought him here didn't seem to think so.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
They were everywhere.
I apologize if the soldier disturbed you. Ever since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this. It's so sad.
I don't want to see anymore. I close my eyes and... Please just leave me be.
Okay.
He calls.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
We have a scroll here. Chant of Light, the Blight. So the Chant of Light's like the Chantry's religious text, like the Bible. No matter their power, their triumphs, the mage lords of Tevinter were men and doomed to die. Then a voice whispered within their hearts, "Shall you surrender your power to time like the beast of the fields? You and the lords of the earth, go forth to claim the empty throne of heavens and be gods." In secret they worked, magic upon magic, all their power and all their vanity they turned against the bell until at last it gave way. Above them a river of light, before them the throne of heaven, waiting beneath their feet. The footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. But when they took a single step towards the empty throne, a great voice cried out, shaking the very foundations of heaven and earth. "And so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven, and doom upon all the world. Doom upon all the world." This little section's a good section. Violently were they cast down, for no mortal may walk bodily in the realm of dreams, bearing the mark of their crime, bodies so maimed and distorted that none should see them and know them for men. Deep into the earth they fled, away from the light. In darkness eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer. The sleeping dragon Dumont, their taint twisted even the false god and the whisperer, awoke at last in pain and horror and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world, the first blight. It's so good. I really do love that one line, or that one stanza. So's the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. It's so good. As a dwarf, we don't get... Excuse me, sir.
Hail to you.
Okay. Hello, Jory.
Greetings.
Greetings.
You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
I may be. Yes, I am Serena.
Sir Jory is my name. I hailed from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arlayman. I wasn't aware dwarves could be Grey Wardens.
What?
I've only seen a few of your folk in the castle dealing with the smithy.
Of course they can. Why couldn't they be? Wouldn't we be the first Grey Wardens?
Since the Grey Wardens protect human lands, I guess the dwarf would not wish to join. Obviously, I'm wrong. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
You're not all that smart. I wouldn't be here if I had a choice in the matter.
I fought hard to get here. Impressing Duncan was not easy.
You fought
Tell me,
hard to be here.
Has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
Davis said we might be going into the wilds.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Okay. I'm assuming I can't open this.
This should be easy enough.
That really sucks.
Sorry, miss. The army camp is off limits for you right now.
Okay. Let's see about this prisoner dude.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner.
Hello.
I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
You haven't been sentenced?
No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Why would I want to help you?
Because you might want something I don't need.
Oh yeah?
Them circle wizards got a chest they keep things in. Magical things. And I stole the key. That's why I'm here. I got one of them drunk, took his key and tried to sneak to the chest. They assumed I was deserting. I can't use it from here. But I'd trade you for some food and water.
They didn't find the key when you were arrested?
I swallowed it. But it's, come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
Ew. Also, his voice actor is... Kill him and take the key? Oh my god, you can be rude. His voice actor is the voice actor of Anders in the second game. I thought that was cool. I'll see what I can do. I want that key.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Hey, yo. So we got a new quest. Hey, can you give some...
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Who is this prisoner exactly?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
Why did he want to desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
Well, they won't eat you. Seems a waste for you to guard him all day.
I can't just let him go, can I? The army will figure out what to do with him. Probably just waiting for someone important to make a decision. Then they'll hang him, I expect. And I can go and do something else.
I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
what if I buy it? So you miss one meal. This man could be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. I don't know why
Awesome.
you care.
Don't worry
I
about
had
it.
nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
I don't think anyone cares why he's burping. They don't even care if he's over here.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here's some food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
Seems like we're becoming the type of dwarf that will only do something not for charity, but if she gets something out of it. Why are you here? Okay. I think the only other place we can't do it now, can we?
That course of action.
Alrighty. I think this is the only other place we haven't checked. We'll have to do that later. I know how to do that, just gotta remember to do it. And there's another chest I can't open, probably. Alistar! My first love! Hello.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the circle?
Oh, he's in the Grey Warden
I
armor.
simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
Oh, he looks so good.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
Hey, don't call me fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You're a very strange human.
You're not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
I'm a dwarf. Maybe he thinks I'm a very small human. How can a dwarf be a mage?
You never know, these mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit, from Orzammar. I should have recognized you right away, I apologize.
And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Maybe we'll be polite. Pleased to meet you. My name is Sharada.
Right, that was the name. There haven't been any dwarven Grey Wardens in some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn.
I fought a few in my time.
I never saw one before this began. Hard to believe, most folks here think the Darkspawn disappeared after the last Blight, when your people still suffer every day.
They do.
Whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
That argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are.
Of course.
Which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
I think we would know about Templars. You were a mage hunter?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes. The Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
Yes, both of them.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
I look forward to traveling with you.
You do? Huh. That's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
telling me about tactics. It seems like he has the same thing as me. Alistair approves. Codex. Alistair, you know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him to the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. That's all we know about him for now. I'm assuming that will update as we go along. So now we have a party member. Oh, I have another tactic slot. Not that I can just do anything. Just attack. Lowest health. He has shield pummel. He gets cool he gets the Grey Warden heavy armor. Does that level up as we go forward? I want Grey Warden armor. It's locked. If only I was a rogue. Oh, well. Alright, Alistair. Oh, we can ask him questions. Let's do that, actually.
Yes?
Tell me a little... Or I have a few questions for you.
What about?
The Grey Wardens.
So I imagine. What would you like to know?
What makes you all so special?
The Grey Wardens are warriors without equal. Darkspawn threatened to destroy the world 4 times over. Each time, the Grey Wardens led mankind to victory. Nobody knows more about Darkspawn, and nobody's better equipped to deal with them. You'll see. Trust me.
So they're knights, heroes?
I don't know if I go that far. Duncan says the Grey Wardens do whatever is necessary to protect mankind from Darkspawn. That means some pretty extreme things. Whatever it takes to bring victory.
Whatever it takes, huh? I'm not sure I know anything about the Grey Wardens. Well, that's probably a lie. Where are all the Grey Wardens now?
The others are camped with the King's soldiers in the valley. The King's given us a position of honor at the vanguard, despite our small numbers. I think Kalen is actually excited to ride into battle with us. Maybe he thinks that's what his father would have done.
So the Grey Wardens have the right to recruit anyone?
King Marek, Kalen's father, reaffirmed the power the Grey Wardens were given during the Blights. In practice, we can't conscript too often without hurting our cause. We were exiled from Ferelden once. Best not to let that happen again.
I'm not sure I know anything about the Grey Wardens.
Well, let's see. Surely you've heard of Weishaupt Fortress? The great eyrie carved into the White Cliffs far off in the Anderfels?
Ooh.
That's where the Grey Wardens once kept their griffins.
The griffins?
The griffins died out, however, and our numbers have dwindled since the last Blight. There's only a handful left in Ferelden.
No.
A few more in other nations.
The griffins died out.
You want to ask me about something else?
The Blight Duncan mentioned.
Of course.
So what is a Blight? Where did Darkspawn come from?
You want the Chantry's version or the truth?
Give me the truth then.
The truth is we don't really know. They come up from the ground, and that's as far as we've gotten.
What is the Chancery's version?
According to the Chant of Light, the Maker imprisoned the old gods underground long ago, as punishment for tricking mankind into worshipping them.
Oh, does he have
the
freckles?
Old gods
That's
still
adorable.
whispered to some men and taught them magic. These men became the Magisters of the Tevinter Empire. The Magisters used their gift to enter the Golden City, tainting it and themselves. They were cast out by the Maker and became the first Darkspawn. They fled underground, bringing their taint to their gods. The tainted old gods were the archdemons who rose from their prisons and led the Darkspawn against the world.
So that was the first Blight?
Yes, and it nearly wiped us out. When defeated, the Darkspawn flee back underground and seek out another old god to taint, thus bringing another Blight.
Whoa! So where's the archdemon for this Blight?
We haven't seen it yet. People are beginning to think this is just an unusually large Darkspawn raid without an archdemon to unify them. But seriously, the archdemon could be in the wilds or underground. It could be hiding.
It could just be chilling.
Just because it hasn't shown itself doesn't mean it isn't out there.
True. This seems like a dumb question to ask because we're a dwarf. We're literally fighting them every fucking day. Why are some people so skeptical?
The Grey Wardens killed so many Darkspawn by the end of the last Blight. People decided they were gone for good.
Oh. What is an archdemon exactly?
The old gods were dragons, so the stories say. Big ones. Intelligent, even. The Tevinter Empire had big statues of them.
Wow.
Each dragon had a name and a place in the cosmos. It's all very intricate. The archdemons may not be the old gods, but they're definitely dragons.
I like how... What's the word? Like, he's not... He doesn't put full faith in all the legends. He's like putting them in fact, you know? Doesn't matter if people believe they might be old gods. They are definitely dragons, though. I like that about Alistair. Why not kill the Darkspawn when they're underground? I want to know what he says.
You're a dwarf. You tell me. Your people have been trying that for just about ever, haven't they?
You're right.
They've controlled the deep roads ever since they defeated the Dwarven kingdoms. Even if we invaded, we can only chase them so far.
You know, he got me there. I have other questions about the Blight.
Of course.
How do Grey Wardens defeat Blights?
We chop off the snake's head. It's the only way. According to texts,
Okay.
the most famous Grey Warden leader, Garahel, killed the archdemon Underal in personal combat at the Battle of Aesley to end the last Blight. Without the archdemon to command them, the Darkspawn flee back underground.
How did anyone even know about this Blight?
The Grey Wardens keep watch. We feel the Darkspawn when they come. You'll understand after the joining, if you... Well, you'll understand.
If I what?
Not to mention people start to notice when Darkspawn pour out of the wilds and taint everything around them. Just a guess.
If I what? Survive it, Alistair? Speak your mind. Just how many Darkspawn are out there?
Thousands. Tens of thousands. They've had centuries to build up their numbers.
Okay.
You want to ask me about something else?
I do. Tell me about Duncan.
Duncan is the leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden. Which he would say doesn't mean much, as there aren't many of us here. Yet, beyond that, he's a good man. A good judge of character. I owe him a lot. What about you? What do you think of him?
I owe him as well. He saved me.
That sounds familiar. He's done the best he can with what little he has. And that includes me, I guess. You want to ask me about something else?
The joining ritual.
There's not a lot I can tell you. We go and collect Darkspawn blood. And then you'll hear everything.
Sure. You're gonna tell me everything now. Surely you can tell me. I feel like we're gonna have more strength, so we should probably intimidate. Surely you can tell me something. I want to be nice to Alistair, though.
Look, I can't tell you much, alright? The joining is very unpleasant. I wish I could forget it, but I can't. I don't envy what you're going to have to go through.
Well, what actually happens in the joining? He can't tell me.
You learn why it's a secret.
I'll be fine.
That's the spirit. If becoming a Grey Warden were easy, we wouldn't recruit the best. You want to ask me about something else?
This upcoming battle.
The one tomorrow. I'll tell you. It's Tairn Loghain we should be looking to win it, not the king. Caelan just wants his place in history. The Tairn is planning the strategy. That's my opinion, anyway.
Oh.
I guess I should be thankful the king favors us Grey Wardens. But I know who's keeping the lid on the pot.
You know, that's very practical of you. How much will I be participating?
You know, that's a good question. The other Grey Wardens are riding into battle with the king. I don't know if you'll be with them.
Why is it happening here of all places?
We're at the edge of the Korcari wilds, the eye of the Blight storm, right where the Horde will be coming. Ostagar itself is an excellent defensive position. The Wilders were pushed back from here time and again in ancient days.
What are the chances of success?
I'm sure Teyrn Loghain has the battle planned to the last detail. Still, no blight has ever been defeated with so little cost.
What if we fail?
If we don't break the horde here, Duncan says it will spread until it engulfs all of Ferelden. Then it will take an alliance of nations to fight it, which would be bad. Neither the king nor the Teyrn really seems to believe this is a real blight, however.
Alright.
You want to ask me about something else?
I think I'm good.
Then let's get a move on, shall we?
Actually, can I talk to...
Yes?
+3 approval. Tell me a little about yourself.
As I said, I was trained as a Templar before Duncan recruited me about 6 months ago. The Chantry
Oh,
raised
6
me.
months ago.
And becoming a Templar was a decision made for me a long time ago. Duncan saw I wasn't happy and figured my training against mages could double for fighting Darkspawn. Now, here I stand, a proud Grey Warden. The Grand Cleric wouldn't have let me go if Duncan never forced the issue. I'll always be grateful to him.
So that's crazy to think that Alistair is just 6 months senior to us in the Grey Wardens. He's still a baby himself in the Grey Wardens. You didn't want to join the Chantry?
It just wasn't for me. I
I
believe
get
in the
that.
Maker well enough, but I never wanted to devote my life to the Chantry.
I get that, Alistair. You speak fondly of Duncan.
I spent years in that Chantry, hopelessly resigned to my fate. Duncan was the first person who cared what I wanted. He risked a lot of trouble with the Grand Cleric to help me.
Maybe Duncan thought you'd be useful.
Or maybe he just happens to be a good
Ooh,
man.
defensive. Alright, I don't have anything else
Then
to
let's
ask.
get a move on, shall we?
Okay. Okay. I think that's everything. We've done everything that we can possibly do at this moment. We'll have to come back for this chest later. I'm gonna quick save. We're gonna talk to Jory before we head in.
We should see what Duncan wants us to do next, don't you think?
Well, in for a silver, in for a crown, as my dear mum always used to say.
Duncan!
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan.
They look so
apologize.
cute and snazzy in their
Now then,
outfits.
Since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korcari wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
What do we need Darkspawn blood for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What kind of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
And what if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
Is this part of our joining too?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
How will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Alright, find the archive and 3 vials of blood, understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Grey Warden time. Tainted blood. Grey Warden's cache. So we need to find the cache and 3 vials of blood. And now we have Jory and Davith. Davith looks like... Oh, he's a rogue. Maybe we can open all these chests now. I don't know what he needs to have. Cunning? 15 cunning? Increase effectiveness of rogue talents. He needs to be our ranger. Jory is another warrior, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, but he's a two-handed warrior. He knows a lot of skills. Is this a passive? No. Make him a scrapper, and then... Can you be an archer? Just attack after you do those two? Behavior. Ranged. Aggressive. Cautious. What's defensive? Actually I want Alistair to be defensive. Davith, range, Jory. Try to stay close. Cautious. I'll probably always play my character, so I'm not gonna put a behavior. Defender. That's just dependent on our skills. We'll see how this goes. I never really did much with the tactics when I played on console, so I'm excited to see about that. But first, let me go back around the camp and see if we can unlock these chests that we found. Let's walk around as Davith. I'm excited. Our first Grey Warden task. Can you unlock that? Yes, he can. All right, let's... I wish I remembered where all the chests were. Was there a chest over here? I don't think so. I think we would have seen it by now. Yeah, we'll just get all the chests and then we'll head on out. I'm excited to see what awaits us. I kind of remember, but I kind of don't. And hopefully all my mods are working. I wonder when we're gonna get our Grey Warden armor, because I know I should have one as well, unless I just didn't download the mod right.
On it.
Ice arrows. There's some over here. Davith, you are a godsend. You have literally saved us.
On it.
Oh, it's kind of lagging at times, but... Ooh. Why is that one so rough? Ooh, please save, don't crash. Ooh. Opening that chest was really rough for some reason. No idea why. Coming from a woman perspective in this game, with having 3 men as your starting party, it's kind of like, wow, where's the women at? They could have had like 1 man and 1 woman, you know? Davith could have been a girl for all we care, or Jory. But no, they decided all 3 guys. You can unlock them? You suck, Javith? Or Davith? I said Javith. Jory and Davith's ship name, Javith. I think that's all the chests. That was the only one we couldn't open? Oh, you suck. Alright, we're heading into the Korcari wilds.
Hail.
Hail.
I told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Ooh. Dangerous times. Please load in. Please, please load in. No crashes. I feel like, obviously we had time to travel with Duncan from Orzammar, but how much time has passed since we left Orzammar? Like a couple weeks, maybe? Oh, I hope it loads in. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna make a hard save after we... Or is there anything to read? No. I'm gonna make a hard save before we continue on. Alright, what are we working with? Wolves! I didn't click the right one. I clicked the left one. Alistair's not attacking, and I wonder if it's because I have him in defensive. Wait, Alistair. Let me read that again. Will fight back if attacked in melee combat, will not chase enemies. Fuck it, be aggressive. Is Jory also... He's cautious. Will not fight back? Was he not fighting back the whole time? The thing about aggressive, though, is that they won't flee an area of effect attack unless directed. Yeah, I don't know about that.
As you wish. This should be easy enough.
Are we all good? Who's this in the water? A letter. Oh, right. Letter to Jogby. My dearest son, it pleases me that you wish to follow in my footsteps and bring the Maker's word to the unenlightened. I wish you had chosen a less dangerous place to do so. Apologizing for leaving early for the wild, son, but I wanted to set up camp and get things started. The chase and respect one with survival skills in the wild, so I hope to get a grip on that before that you arrived. And maybe establish an agreement with a local tribe so we had friends when you came. When you reach the wilds, you'll find it difficult to navigate. I've listed certain landmarks below. If you follow them, they will lead you to a location I've scouted out, where I left you some supplies. If you're lost, try to get back to that spot and I'll find you. The landmarks are as follow, beginning at the entrance of the wilds from Ostagar. Look for a tree line leaning on a ruined building, pass under a fallen tree bridge, past the submerged tower on the right, look between a high, ruined arch and a mossy standing stone. Walk along a path of roots and stones. Look for 2 large statues with a chest between them. There you'll find our meeting point. I love you, Jogby, my son. I hope to see you soon. Your father, Rigby. Jogby and Rigby. So that's tied into a quest. Korcari Wilds, the missionary. You found a corpse near the entrance to the Korcari Wilds. A letter on the corpse detailed a path through the wilds that should lead to the place where the deceased is meant to meet his father. Consult the note, a letter to Jogby, for more information. Okay. A dying soldier. Dude. Oh, that's morbid.
Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn.
Damn.
They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Let's try to bandage him up at least.
I have bandages in my pack.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Okay,
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
What was that
Calm
noise?
down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
You sound like a coward to me.
I am simply trying to stay alive. You do not see me fleeing, do you?
A bit of fear isn't unnatural, you know. Few relish meeting Darkspawn up close. I know I don't.
That I am the only man here? Ugh. I'm looking forward to killing them.
Bloodthirstiness is such a charming feature, too. Did you know that? Know this.
Is he flirting?
All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
We'll be warned about
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
Flirting with me, Alistair? It's one of the flowers. The flower we needed for the dog. Oh, hello? Pause. Oh, hey guys. Nice for you to join me. I'm a little tank. I can take it.
Right then.
This should be easy enough.
Vial of Darkspawn blood. It hisses and bubbles. Hopefully the flask can hold it. It's hot.
As you wish.
Dang, we already found 2 of the 3 vials we needed. What's this way? Darkspawn. Yeah? Where's just Darkspawn chilling? What? What?
On it.
Oh my god, he's gonna die. What button is it to do it? How are you dying? Attack that one. Probably should do this sooner, huh? I like how you need poison making to use this stuff. Oh, we're dying.
This should be easy.
Oh, we're dying. Fuck him up, Alistair! Alright, we won. Not without struggle. We are on nightmare mode. So much vials of dark ones.
Let's get started.
I just needed 3.
Injured? As in me? As in now?
Are there any more? Are we still in battle?
This should be easy enough. On
it. Okay, I was like, why are we still in battle? Do y'all have your things on? Do you have anything that's a passive? How's mine set up?
All set.
I like that. Y'all will be okay, yeah? They're just chilling over here.
As you wish.
Oh, Rigby's field journal. Signs of the Chastened. The Chastened barbarians are nothing if not clever. They have hidden markers and signs in the arrangements of stones and rubble in the path of the wilds. In this way, they mark trails, note places of interest, and even give warnings in a way that outsiders cannot understand. Interestingly, these markers look indistinguishable from a regular pile of stones. I've dedicated my time to deciphering these signs, and I believe I am close to a breakthrough. The trail markers seem to point to a hoard or a location used for secret storage among the Chastened. I have only found a portion of the message, however. I think that if I could complete this message, I find all the trail markers, I can find this cache and see what treasure the Chastened have to hide. I have found one such marker near this camp under a fallen tree leaning against the ruins. Each marker seems to point to one or two others. I hear rumors that a Darkspawn Hoarder is coming. I hope I can find this treasure before it's too late. Well, I don't think you did. Unfortunately. New creature, Hurlock. Taller than their Jinlock cousins, the Hurlocks are roughly of human size but are possessed of considerable strength and constitution. The shock troop of the Darkspawn, a single berserking Hurlock, can often be a match for numerous opponents at once. They are known to adorn themselves with roughly carved tattoos to keep track of their kills and deeds, though it is unknown whether or not there is a uniform standard to these marketings. And a wolf. It is rather unfair, the reputation that the wolf possesses in Ferelden for a people that so clearly... Oh, we read this. Wait, it added on. An attack by wolves upon civilized folk happens rarely, often only in times of desperation. We read that too. In Blight's Pass, as the corruption of the Darkspawn spread through the wilder areas of Thedas, it would infect the animals found there, and the more powerful of them would survive and be transformed to a more vicious and dangerous beast. A blight wolf is one such example, mad with the pain of its infection, and only through the overriding command of the Darkspawn does it still retain some semblance of its pack instincts. Blight wolves are always found in large groups and will tend to overwhelm a single target if they can. Using their numbers to their advantage, it is unfortunate that these creatures rarely survive their corruption for very long. I feel like we read this, though. Who knows? So there's a marker. Oh, it tells me. Chasing trail sign. What was that? Was that the chase and trail sign?
On.
I need my brothers.
And how?
Why did I go to her? Oh, because I was zoomed out? That's so strange. Wait, inventory. Oh, it was close. I don't want my character to fall, you know what I mean? There's elf fruit over there. I wonder if this is how we were supposed to come upon the camp, but we went around. Yes, I will be quick saving after every fight because I don't want to have a repeat of the deep roads. So this is where we would have come naturally? Question mark? Oh, that's morbid. We literally fought these guys and I didn't see, you know, the tree where they hung some of our people.
Look there. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
It really does. Like, why? What's the point of that? Like, to ward off a warning? Oh, I wonder if, where that next trace and trail sign would be. Also, there's things over there. Let me go over there.
Careful. I'm sensing darkspawn nearby. Best be on your guard.
I hear them. How can we try to stun each other?
This should be easy enough.
There's more. They're fighting something. Oh, not Rigby. Honestly, let them fight. Each other. Seems like the wolves are winning, almost. Oh my god, we killed that dude. Nice, I leveled up. Having them all selected is actually very helpful. We're more efficient this way. Nice. They were attacking the wolves. Poor wolves, though.
This should be easy enough.
You guys can move freely now. We also leveled up. We should probably take advantage of that. I need to get this to 16, but also I need to worry about other things too. Ah, dexterity. Only one shield mode, so if we have this active, we can have this active. So this is more about like blocking long range missiles. And this is just about my guard in general, and I can't be flanked. Ooh. Let's get shield pummel. Like Alistair here. Or I was thinking this to threaten. Maybe we'll worry about that later. Let's do the shield pummel. The character follows up an attack with 2 hits from the shield, dealing normal damage with each attack. Each attack grants plus 10 attack if the target fails a physical resistance check. It is stunned. Ooh. Okay. We're like a shorter, more stout Alistair. Also, Rigby's dead. So neither him or his son is alive.
This should be easy enough.
Rigby's last will and testament. Jogby and Rigby. Damn. You found the last will and testament of someone named Rigby on a body in the Korcari wilds. Find the cache mentioned in the will and take it to Jeddah in Redcliffe. Quest related. To whoever finds this note, this is the last will and testament of Rigby the missionary, proud speaker of the Maker's word. I have come to the wilds to speak the chant, but I fear I will die here at the hands of the Darkspawn. I leave all that I came with to my wife, Jeddah. Should the reader of this note feel charitable, I have buried a sealed lockbox in our camp, nestled in its inventor ruin in the western reaches of the wilds. It is my will that this lockbox finds my wife in Redcliffe and that it is still sealed shut when it reaches her. To my wife and my son, I apologize that my work has taken me from you, but I know that I die in service to the Maker, Rigby. Do you, though? Was this really what the Maker would have wanted for you? To die in a swamp?
Need something?
You kill me, Davith. You kill me. Okay, wait, this is where the people were hung.
On it.
Okay. You know what? Okay.
Right.
I was wondering about the chase and stuff, though. We found one under a fallen tree, but I don't know. Let's see. Look for a tree. This is the cache. Pass under a fallen tree bridge. That's where the people are hung. Past the submerged tower on the right. Okay, here's the fallen bridge and then a submerged tower. Wait, can I talk to them?
I am ready.
You said you were from Redcliffe.
I hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a city off the northern coast. Have you travelled there?
I've never been to the surface before.
I was in Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Maric's funeral. It was in Highover that I met my Helena. I was smitten.
This Helena?
She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena. Now, for years, I found any excuse to return there. We married a year ago.
Oh.
Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover, but I was attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited.
So you abandoned her?
Never. I will return to her once my duty is done and the Blight defeated.
That's not what Grey Wardens are about. You're supposed to give up your whole past. How did the Grey Wardens find you?
Last month, Duncan visited Highover, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter.
What do you think of Duncan?
He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty.
What do you think we should do now?
We should find those documents. Although if they were so important, why leave them out here?
I agree with that.
Indeed.
Does he not know that once you become a Grey Warden, you can't go back to your life?
Yes?
Where are you from, Davith?
I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map. Haven't been back in years. I struck out for the city as soon as I could outrun my pa.
Oh.
I've been in Denerim for what, 6 years now? Never liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else.
You're a thief. So you're a cut purse.
And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden?
So how did the Grey Wardens find you?
I found them. I cut Duncan's purse while he was standing in a crowd. He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison caught me first. I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there.
Whoa! What happened then?
Duncan stopped them. Invoked the right of conscription. I gave the garrison the finger while I was walking away. Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me, but he says finesse is important and that I'm fast with a blade. You bet your boots I am. Besides, it beats getting strung up.
True. So what do you think of Duncan?
All right for an old bugger. He's faster than he looks too.
What do you think we should do now?
We still have to find those documents. I've never heard of a tower that stood for more than 10 years in this forest.
Alright. I didn't know we could talk to them. I don't think I ever talked to them after recruiting them. We've been that way. Can't unlock that. There's the tower. And then what's next? How do I pull that up? Journal. Look between a high, ruined arch and a mossy standing stone. Ruined arch. Here. Wolves! Oh. Jesus. Alpha! Jory's down. Sorry, Jory. Nice.
On it.
Gonna have lots of wolf pelts to sell when we get back. Alpha Wolf not gonna have anything for us? Wow, that's kind of rude. That's kind of rude. This must be the chest that Rigby had.
This should be easy enough.
A letter. Farewell letter to Jogby. No sign of Rigby. We found Rigby, though. My dearest son Jogby, I fear this is my last letter I will write you. I have had difficulty finding the Chasten to bring them to the Maker's word. I have, however, seen evidence of their passing. They appear to have left this area in great haste, possibly fleeing the so-called Darkspawn that are rumored to be gathering in the wilds in even ever greater numbers. I left you a weapon and everything else I can spare, my son. I will try to find you once I have found a safe place. I only hope that you will be safe. With luck, we will meet again. If you see her, tell your mother that I love her and take care of her family. Rigby was dead at the very beginning here. Not Rigby, Jogby. Unfortunate that they both died here. So that's the cache, but that's not... Is that two-handed? It is. I don't do two-handed. Oh, no, the Alpha Wolf did not have anything to give. I wonder if there's something...
My Grey Warden sense is tingling. We're in danger again.
Alright, let's do it, big boys. I think we're doing pretty good for nightmare mode. Famous last words, right? Found another chase and trail sign. Do I still have them all? Why does it make that noise? It's so funny. Okay, now we're going back the way we came. So I guess we need to go forward this way. And we went that way? We did. It looped around. Okay. Oh, why is it saving the game? Oh my god, I didn't do that. That was the game saving the game. That means there's something hard coming forward, isn't there?
More Darkspawn. Close by.
As you wish.
No drill.
That's a magic user.
Victory shall be mine.
As you wish.
I know what's here. Holy shit, I resisted? Coming for your ass. The most dangerous thing in the game. A mage. Like, no joke. Oh. Jory? Oh, there's still more. That could have been bad. There was also traps here, I think. Well, not a dead soldier.
This should be easy enough.
Excerpt from local myths and legends. Pouch of ashes. Pinch of ashes. Torn from a book on local myths and legends, the Korcari wilds are rife with legends and myths that have amazed and confounded scholars since the fall of Ostagar in ancient times. One such mystery lies behind the tale of Astia and Nebunar, two young lovers who lived in Ostagar. The legend says that Astia grew up in the company of Gazareth, a spirit of the earth bound to an overhang on the bank of a lake in the Korcari wilds. Gazareth began to fancy her, and they spent much of their days together, talking and laughing. Over the years, however, Astia became a woman and began to seek the company of men. When Astia met Nebunar, the two fell in love, and Astia hoped to bring her lover to see her spirit friend. But the spirit, angered and jealous, bade her be gone. Gazareth told her that she would never see it again until she brought her lover's ashes and sprinkled them over their spot. Astia was horrified and she fled from the enraged spirit, but she began to miss Gazareth, and on the day Nebunar asked her to marry him, she cut her beloved's throat, burned him, and brought her ashes to Gazareth, knowing that their marriage would forever sever her ties to her dear spirit friend. Holy shit. There are legends among the Chasten that the Gazareth still hunts the lake, and that those who sprinkle the ashes of the deceased over the right spot can summon the spirit. In memory of the contract with its beloved Astia, Gazareth will grant a single wish and then vanish, never to be heard from again. A note is scribbled in the margin beneath the page. Marcus, I think this is the real. If you take the ashes I gave you and scatter them over a pile of rocks on an overhang overlooking this half-sunken Tevinter dome, maybe Gazareth will appear and give you a wish. If the battle takes you there, I think it's worth a try. Well, he didn't survive to even try.
Right.
Maybe we'll do it. We aren't a mage, but that'll never stop us, right? Is this the camp?
More darkspawn. Close by. Drill.
Hi. You know what actually irks me in this game is the fact that they decided, yes, mages deserve to have lyrium potions, but rogues and warriors don't deserve stamina potions. It's always kind of silly to me. It's an old game. Maybe they just overlooked it. I guess they won't give me something. I guess that might be the dome over there. It's really close nearby, wasn't it? He almost made it. Is this the rubble? You see a pile of stones covered in a fine layer of dust and ash. Sprinkle more ash on the pile of stones. What could go wrong? Who summons Gazara from slumber? Oh shit. Me, Gazara. It's me, bitch. Sorry. I thought you would grant me a wish. Oh my god. Death? He really wants you dead? Oh, okay. I was gonna go switch to him, but... oh my god. Davith, are you okay? Shade. It has often been suggested that the only way for a demon to affect the world of the living is by possessing a living, or once living, body. But this is not always true. Indeed, a shade is one such creature. A demon in its true form that is adapted to affect the world around it. My hypothesis is this. We already know that many demons become confused when they pass through the veil into our world. They are unable to tell the living from the dead, the very static nature of our universe being confusing to a creature that is accustomed to a physicality defined entirely by emotion and memory. Most demons seek to immediately seize upon anything they perceive as life, jealousy and tempting to possess it, but what of those that do not? What of those that encounter no life or fail to possess a body? What of those that are more cautious by their nature? Those demons watch, they lurk, they envy. Envy demons. We get chainmail?
On it.
Oh, wait, what did I pick up? For a mage. Sorry, David. Sorry, love. Didn't know you would die there. We haven't found all the chase and trail markings yet. Okay, don't go that way. How would I know? I mean, it shows it to me, but I feel like I might have missed one back there. Hold on, I might look up, or not look up. I might even go back, because this is where one is. Is that where we need to go? Or is that where we picked up the first one? I just want to double check. I know I said at the very beginning on the first episode that I wouldn't min-max, but also I want to do as much as I can. Where is it? It's like right around the corner. Oh, that's the next one. Okay, cool. So we'll just go on over here. And there's the next one, there's the next one. Oh, they're all around, I see. Well, let's go and grab them. We kind of already explored this area. Can we not open that chest either? Probably not. I like that it makes a noise. I wonder why. Oh. There's one way over there and then one there. I don't think I've ever done the Chase and Sign quest, or I don't even remember if I did. I have played these games multiple times, but it has been a while since I played Origins. Hello? I had to get like right on it. Okay, there's a few more down there. Alright, where we're going. Ah! You rummage around the rubble and find Rigby's secret cache. Inside is an iron lockbox sealed with wax. We'll bring it to Jeddah. Why not? Why not? Her husband and son are dead. Why would we try to, you know, be rude about that? You know, if they ever do remaster Origins, I will be elated. Remaster? Remake. I meant remake. Remaster means just updated graphics and stuff. If they remake Origins after the obvious success of Velgard, then I'm gonna be so happy. Maybe they'll fix a lot of things. But maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just let this game be what it is. Which is okay too. I don't think it's that outdated, to be honest. It could be worse. Alright, is this the last one? Oh.
What's that?
The trail signs of the Chastened have alerted you to an old cache in the Korcari wilds. For real? Where? Oh. Ooh. Do a quick save. Oh, over here. Cool. Whoa! Holy shit! I don't think I've ever done this quest before. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I have like a DLC item on, don't I? I might switch that up. Oh. Wow, we had so much stuff. Wild's bow. That's really good if you're a ranger or if you're a rogue or a warrior with a bow. I was thinking of keeping a bow just in case. I don't know if I'll ever switch it up a little bit. Cool. And then some items we can sell. I dig it. Awesome. I think that's everything though. We got this. We gotta wait to do this. We have 3 blood. We've done this. We have to wait till we get to Redcliffe. Davith, what you doing? Oh yeah, you were stuck in a trap. Alright, let's go forward. How many people want to guess the treaties are still there or not? I would assume they wouldn't be there after this long without being tended to. You know what I mean? There's an alpha. Oh no, oh, okay, we killed him. I'm worried about the alpha. Okay, Jory, Davith, me, Alistair. Why is my skill not on? What the fuck?
Arms in danger.
It's rallying, but it doesn't have anyone to rally. Oh, guys. Ooh. I think we're handling that pretty well. Attacking all at once does do wonders. Now let's see if my mods work on this upcoming interaction. Let's make a save. cache is broken. Who would have thought?
Well,
My mods work.
What have we here?
Such a cute outfit.
Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey?
Oh, I much like this outfit more. Oh, she's so pretty.
What say you, Scavenger or intruder?
I am neither. The Grey Wardens Yeah, I'm neither. The Grey Wardens once owned this tower.
'Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time.
Oh, yeah?
Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes. Swooping.
Swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wilds, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, dwarf. You have nothing to fear from any witch. Tell me your name, and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized.
You can call me Sereda.
And you may call me Morrigan, if you wish. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer? You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
Oh,
How
Alistair.
very eloquent. How does one steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Face consequences. Then who removed them?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother. Did you assume I spawned from a log?
I don't know.
A thieving, weird talking log, perhaps?
Not all in the wilds are monsters. Flowers grow as well as toads. If you wish, I will take you to my mother. 'Tis not far from here, and you may ask her for your papers if you like.
We should get those treaties, but I dislike this Morrigan's sudden appearance. It's too convenient.
Too convenient. Why are you interested in helping us?
Why not? I do not meet many people here. Are you all so mistrustful?
I say we go with her.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
If it pleases you. Into the brush she goes. Oh, I love Morrigan. I love that the outfit works. I think it's much more suited for her. Alright, here we are.
Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4
No!
Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting
The
us?
mod that I have
You are
doesn't
required
work.
to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dabbit. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your dwarven mind give you a different viewpoint?
She's supposed to look
What
different.
do you believe?
What if I'm crazy enough to restart from that save I made? And see about my mod working, so hold on. Alright, turns out that Flynn is supposed to look like this until a certain
Mother.
point in the game.
I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
So, oopsie.
And what of you?
Me just not
Does
reading
your
the
dwarven mind
the
give
mod.
you a different viewpoint. What do you believe?
I believe you have something we need.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this Blight's threat is greater than they realize.
Plymouth. How do you know all this?
Do I? Perhaps I am simply an old woman with a penchant for moldy parchments. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Oh, she's so
Time
cool.
for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods.
Thanks!
Follow me.
Plymouth is such a cool, interesting character. I guess we could have talked to her more, but the way my dwarf is right now. Alright, before we head over to Duncan, we're gonna go, let me go peek out over here. First, the Kennel Master. Hello.
The Mabari's stable for now, but not improving. Unless I get that herb I told you about, there's not much hope.
Is this the flower you're looking for?
Let me see. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wonderful. Yeah, give me a moment and I'll make this into an ointment. He looks better already. I'm sure he'd thank you himself if he could.
Aww. I prefer thanks in the form of payment.
Payment? Isn't it worth something to save a valiant hound's life?
Only to... only to the dog.
I see. I have, well, 50 silver. That's my own purse and nothing more. I hope it'll suffice.
Thank you.
Now I must get onto the task of taking care of the poor fella. It'll take a day or two for him to recover, I think. Thank you.
Thank you. We can head to the chests over here. Ooh. Yoinkies. And then win and...
Welcome, young woman.
Okay, we talked to him. And win.
Back again? Don't the Grey Wardens need you? Off you go. I have preparations to make for the battle, and I won't be distracted.
Oh, they stopped doing their thingy here. I think we should look at our inventory before... Oh, there's a note. Was that there before?
Right.
Dogs in Ferelden. I am frequently asked during my travels in other lands to explain the dogs omnipresent in Ferelden. Inevitably, I tell my foreign questioners that there are no more dogs in my homeland than in their own. In every civilized corner of Thanos, an astute observer will notice dogs employed in hunting game, keeping barns and storehouses free of vermin, herding livestock, guarding homes, and even used as beasts of burden in the mountains. It is simply that Ferelden show appreciation for the work that our dogs do, and perhaps the reason for that is tangled up in mythology. Hafter, the first man to become Terran, the hero who knighted our Alamari ancestors to drive back the darkspawn of the Second Blight, was reputed to be the son of a werewolf. Now perhaps this was meant to be some comment on his temperament, or simply a way of making a great man even larger than life, but more than half the noble families of Ferelden claim to be descendants of Hafter, and consequently many of our people believe they have some distant kinship with wolves. It is only good manners to be polite to one's kin. Brother Genitivi. But then why did y'all kill the wolves? Morrigan, witch of the wild, such idle fantasies, those legends, have you no minds of your own? Of herself, Morrigan says little. She does not deny being a witch of the wilds, but beyond that, everything about her is in question. What else? Hurlock. Alphas. Alpha Hurlock are more intelligent and more skilled fighters, often serving as commanders or even generals. Emissaries. Hurlock emissaries have also been known to appear during a blight. These darkspawn are the only ones recorded as being capable of human speech, and are often capable of employing magic. That's interesting that they put this here, that they are capable of human speech to be able to do the magic, I'm assuming. But other than that, I don't think they can actually do conversation with people. Alright, let me look at my inventory. I mean, these are all two-handed. No one-handed weapon? Well, that sucks. What's up, my dude?
Hello again. Is there something you need?
I want to sell you some things. Oh, can I look at... Oh, he has a good weapon. What the hell? Man, if we were a mage, though. I probably should clean up, though. I was thinking about what I need to prepare for. And we don't have a mage, so I probably shouldn't worry about that. Iron ring. Alright, what does he have? Probably everything I sold him. I wonder if I should get a better shield for myself. God, I feel like I should. What about potions? I would like all three of those. What does that even do? What does Rock Salve even do? Rock Salve grants the user +5 armor, +10 physical resistance, but decreases movement speed and attack speed for 2 minutes. I'm assuming this lures people to things. I feel like buying these up. Where's my money? Up there? That's a lot of money, though. Money I really don't have. I kind of want them. There goes all my money. Shouldn't have done that. No. Oh well. Oh well. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. Just return everything to Duncan. What's up, Duncan, Daddy-o?
So you returned from the wilds. Have you been successful?
We have.
Good. I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
Maybe we should tell you about Morrigan and her mother.
There was a woman at the tower, and her mother had the scrolls. They were both very... odd.
Were they wilder folk?
I don't think so. They might be apostates. Mages hiding from the Chantry.
I know you were once a Templar, Alistair, but Chantry business is not ours. We have the scrolls. Let us focus on the joining.
Now will you tell us what this ritual is about?
I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later.
You're saying this ritual can kill us?
As could any darkspawn you might face in battle. You would not have been chosen, however, if I did not think you had a chance to survive.
Let's go then. I'm anxious to see this joining now.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Alistair, take them to the old temple.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just trying to annoy you.
Why is this even a comment and I'm a woman? Are all humans such cowards?
I only know that my wife is in Highever with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
They do.
Including sacrificing us?
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight.
You make a good point.
You saw those Darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them? Maybe you'll die. Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the Darkspawn, we'll die for sure.
He's right.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last, we come to the joining. The Grey Wardens were founded during the First Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood and mastered their taint.
We're going to drink the blood of those creatures.
As the first Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power and our victory.
Those who survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the archdemon.
Let's get on with it then.
We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten. And that one day, we shall join you.
Someone's having second thoughts.
Davith, step forward.
Come on, Davith, you were made for this. I don't think he was made for this. Is he choking on it?
I am sorry, Davith. Step forward, Jory.
Uh-oh.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
Uh-oh.
There is no turning back.
No. You ask too much. There is no glory in this.
He just kills him.
I am sorry.
He could have had a chance if he just drunk the juice.
But the joining is not yet complete.
It's either drink it or get stabbed.
You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good.
Okay.
From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden.
We're not choking. Oh, hi.
It is finished. Welcome.
2 more deaths. In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
Yo.
How do you feel?
Jory could have lived. What if he survived the taint? Nothing you said prepared me for that.
Such is what it it takes to be a Grey Warden.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining. We take some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it this far.
Thanks. Of Jory and Davith?
Take some time. When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the king.
What kind of meeting?
The king is discussing strategy for the upcoming battle. I am not sure why he has requested your presence. The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
Okay, dokey. Wow, we leveled up from that. Quest updated. We have survived. You survived the journey, are now a Grey Warden! Exclamation mark. Oh, wild. Absolutely wild. I might want 25 strength, expert combat training. I might want to get precise striking. Oh, we got 2 points. Let's do threaten them. Or this is activated, a taunt. There's a threat level? A mocking bellow catches the attention of nearby foes, increasing their hostility towards the warrior by 300 threat. Frightening appearance increases the effect to 400. Interesting. What do you mean by that? I would like to organize my stuff. And then this is used, it's an upkeep? But then I have like no... I need more stamina for that. Okay, we're gonna save. Do I not get my own? Oh. Oh! Oh! Wait, we do get our own! Oh, hell yeah! Based on our class. Look at us, we're a tiny Grey Warden! We also get a long sword, which I'm gonna equip as well. Awesome. And did we get all the inventory from the other people that died? Oh my god, look at us. Oh, we're so cute. I'm never taking this armor off. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. Here we go. Oh wait, did we get a, I don't know why I keep clicking escape. Did we get a shield? We did. Let me put that bitch on too. Oh, hell yeah. We looking cool as hell. Looking cool as hell. Oh, it automatically... Also, let me scoot these around. Is that lesser? I'll put that there. We have ruins, but I don't think we can put them on ourselves. Oh, I should have sold... I didn't sell my wolf pelts and stuff. Hold on.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Look.
Can I sell those? know what we would need. I don't think we need the jewels, to be completely honest. And if we do, oopsie. He has a backpack? Give me that. I didn't know he had another backpack. I thought we... Oh, we were at 57? Gee, oh, because of all these stuff. A single arrow? Why is that there? We'll get rid of that. I'll get rid of that. That. I'm assuming this is what they were wearing, and they gave it to me when they died. Which is awful to think about, but also, I don't know why I have that. I kind of want to keep these for other people, mayhaps. Okay. I'm sorry, I need those potions. Ooh. Are these the oh shit, that was all my money. Are these the only places that sell this stuff?
Hello again. Is this so?
Okay, he doesn't have another backpack. Okay. Oh, we're so cute. Oh, I love it. I love it. Absolutely. All right, let's join this war council meeting.
Loghain, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
You risk too much, Kalen. The Darkspawn Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
That's the case. Perhaps we should wait for the Orlesian forces to join us after all.
Ooh.
I must repeat my protest to your fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
It is not a fool notion. Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current forces will have to suffice, won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the recruit I met earlier on the road?
It is.
I understand congratulations are in order.
I don't feel that special.
Oh, but you are. Every Grey Warden is needed now more than ever.
Your fascination with glory and legends will be your undoing, Kalen. We must attend to reality.
Fine. Speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then?
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from
cover. To flank the Darkspawn, I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistair and the new Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
Why would he make that decision? We gotta send our best. Me and Alistair. Another side mission away from the main force. Thrilling.
We need the beacon. Without it, Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
You see? Glory for everyone.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
Enough of your conspiracy theories, Loghain. Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
True.
Your Majesty, you should consider the possibility of the archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, the tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The
We
circle
will
of
not
Magi...
trust any lives to your spells, Mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
Bro.
Enough. This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Yes, Galen. Glorious moment for us all.
Why is he so ominous here? He's so sus in that moment.
You heard the plan.
Look at us.
You and Alistair will go to the Tower of Ishal
We're matching.
and ensure the beacon is lit.
What? I won't be in the battle.
This is by the King's personal request, Alistair. If the beacon is not lit, Tern Logain's men won't know when to charge.
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding the torch, just in case, right?
The last time I got sidelined like this, I ended up exiled.
Ah, but we are far from the politics of Orzammar here, and you have no brothers to interfere this time.
Okay.
We must do whatever it takes to destroy the Darkspawn, exciting or no.
I get it, I get it. Just so you know, if the king ever asks me to put on a dress and dance to Remigold, I'm drawing the line. Darkspawn or no.
I don't know, that could be a great distraction.
Me shimmying down the Darkspawn line? Sure. We could kill them while they roll around laughing.
The tower is on the other side of the gorge from the King's camp, the way we came when we arrived. You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate and up to the tower entrance. From the top, you'll overlook the entire valley.
When do we light? Just Duncan sign his 2 adopted children. When do we light the beacon?
We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know what to look for.
Can we join the battle afterwards?
Stay with the Terran's men and guard the tower. If you are needed, we will send word.
Sure. What if the archdemon appears?
We soil our drawers, that's what.
If it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you.
How much time do we have?
The battle is about to begin. Once I leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour.
Are we in any danger?
Of course. Even the best laid plans go awry. So do what you must. I trust you both.
Just not enough to actually fight with the rest of you.
There will be plenty of battles, Alistair. Be patient.
I know what I have to do.
Then I must join the others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
May he watch over us all.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Hey, Alistair.
Let's just get to the tower. It may not be the most glamorous job, but we'd best not dawdle.
Gotcha. And I think everyone's gone to go fight. Except for oh no, that's a sign. I thought that was a dude there. Alright, let's head on out. This is the scene that gives me chills every fucking time. This is the scene that made me love Dragon Age Origins. It's literally the coolest. Duncan's not in his armor.
Majesty.
Of course it will. The blight ends here.
It's literally so fucking badass. They kind of look like goblins. When you're at the front of the line and see the Darkspawn. Ew, his brain's like exposed. No turning back now, sir. Oh, there's an ogre. luck! That's a lot of darkspawn. Holy hell. Oh. Eee. I'm getting teary-eyed. It's so cool. So crazy. Our army is not big enough. Holy shit! Alright, Alistair.
Let's cross the bridge and get to the Tower of Ishal.
Ah! Alright, let's go. Oh wait, Alistair leveled up. Hold on. I'm crying. You have no constitution, my boy. Oh, he has Templar abilities. What if we could threaten to him? I want these to be up here. Sorry, I gotta look at his tactics. Oh, No. Use ability, she'll pummel. Honestly, that's what... Oh. That's what this should be. Nothing, Alistair. Let's go. Oh my god, okay, Alistair! Oh, you lived! Oh my god, an archer lived.
They're everywhere.
Oh, hi!
You're Grey Wardens, aren't you? The tower, it's been taken.
What are you talking about, man? Taken how?
The Darkspawn came up through the lower chambers. They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
Just me in cutscenes. Okay, the thing about this, though... Circle mage. Damager. Supporter. Liver. Can you also put on... I could just put it on myself. He has an ability. Not you. To give us flaming weapons. Oh, he knows herbalism. Why do you have precise striking? Oh, you're a warrior. You're not even a rogue. Wait, that's kind of bullshit. You're telling me you gave me a warrior? I'm flabbergasted. So I don't even have a rogue for this section? What the disrespect. Nearest visible, usability. Should be the first thing. Maybe not nearest visible, rank? Honestly, just... I wish I could give him another one, but that's what we're gonna stick with. I'm gonna save because I don't want to redo that. Oh shit! There's people fighting up here. I'm sorry, he's gonna die. Might be, dude. They both died. What? There's more up top. We got this. We got this.
This should be easy enough. This should be easy enough. As you wish. Let's get started.
Are people dying as I'm loitering around gathering stuff? Look at these hidden stuff right here. There could be like a potion in one of these. Yeah, after every fight, we save so we don't lose progress if we fuck up. Yeah, they're gonna die. There's friendly fire.
This should be easy enough.
They're dead. I can't save them. Alistair have his thing on? He does. Where is she going? Oh my god. That alpha coming up on our rear there was almost bad. So many people died. Alright, into the tower. I'm not gonna be able to open any chest.
As you wish.
You can do herbalism. You can make... Tinkerer. Crafting. I can't believe the disrespect of them giving us an archer warrior instead of a rogue. The ultimate disrespect. I forgot to save when we were out there, so I'll save now. What just happened to me? There's a trap here, but none of us can disarm it. God. Alistair almost bit the dust. Oh, our mage dude is dead. Sorry. Alistair! What happened there? I think there's something wrong with Alistair's tactics. Still in a fight? This game likes to think we're in a fight when we're not.
Right.
What do we do now?
As you wish.
Block chest. I'm not even gonna attempt to. Oh, it's because they're holding position. That's why he wasn't moving. That's why he wasn't moving. I feel bad. Can you bring back this and this? Okay, we can move just as a group. Shit. I used it, it's not working. Where are you coming from? I keep closing the door on them. I'm used threatening, they don't even care. had it coming. You had it coming. Bro, that was fucked up. That was a little fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. Them coming from the back. And then my threaten didn't work. Should save. And they opened, I kept closing the door on them, but they opened this door. Rude.
Let's make this quick.
Get him! Awesome. A health potion.
This should be easy enough.
Locked. Of fucking course. Alright, let's go up. To the second floor!
Maker's breath.
Whoa.
What are these darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the horde? There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here.
There's no point in moaning about it. We have fighting to do.
Good point. I need to stay focused. Kill first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
At any rate, we need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Tyron Loghain will be waiting for the signal.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. We're working on it. Oh, this is fucked up. A lot of... They just really tore this place up immediately. Like, pikes? Heads on pikes and everything.
Right.
It's all here.
Take that!
Oh, it's just two of them. Perfect. Whew. Thought it was gonna be more. Discarded book.
Right.
The History of the Chantry, Chapter 1. Like, I have time to read. I'll make time. The first blight devastated the Tevinter Imperium. Not only had the Darkspawn ravaged the countryside, but the Tevinter citizens had to face the fact that their own gods had turned against them. Dumont, the old god once known as the Dragon of Silence, had risen to silence the world, and despite the frenzied pleas for help, the other old gods did nothing. The people of the Imperium began to question their faith, murdering priests and burning temples to punish their gods for not returning to help. Murdering priests? What do they have to do with anything? In those days, even after the devastation of the First Blight, the Imperium stretched across the known world. Fringed with barbarian tribes, the Imperium was well prepared for the invasions and attacks from without. Fitting, then, that the story of its downfall begin from within. The people of the far northern and eastern reaches of the Imperium rose up against their powerful overlords in rebellion. The Tevinter Magisters summoned demons to put down these small rebellions, leaving corpses to burn as example to all who would dare revolt. The Imperium began to tear itself apart from within, throngs of angry and disillusioned citizens doing what centuries of opposing armies could not. But the Magisters were confident in their power, and they could not imagine surviving a blight only to be destroyed by their own subjects. Even after the Blight, Tevinter commanded an army larger than that of any organized nation in Thedas, but that army was scattered and its morale dwindling. The ruin of Tevinter was such that the Alamari barbarians, who had spread their clans and holds over the wilderness of the Ferelden Valley at the far southeast edge of the Imperium, saw weakness in their enemy, and, after an age of oppression, embarked on a campaign not only to free their own lands, but to bring down mighty Tevinter as well. The leaders of that blessed campaign were the great barbarian warlord Mafrath and his wife Andraste. Their dreams and ambitions would change the world forever. By Brother Jinna TV. More creatures. An update on Jinlock. In any group of Jinlocks, there's usually one who's dominant. As the tallest, strongest, and smartest of their kind, Alphas serve as the sort of commander. Oh yeah, an emissary. Wait, there's Jinlock emissaries? I thought Jinlock came from the dwarves. We learn later on, I think. The most intelligent of the Alphas become gifted sorcerers with many abilities akin to blood magic. These are the emissaries, and they usually only appear during a blight. So emissaries only appear during a blight. That's scary. So if you see an emissary, that's a sure sign that something's wrong.
Spawn approach. Watch it.
They don't care. Hello? Huh?
Let's get started.
Alright, we had our fun. Alistair's not using his skills. Whoa. The dude behind us started shooting again. What's happening over here?
Cut them down.
I missed. Oh my god.
Victory shall be mine.
He's dead. Stop holding position, that's the problem. I'm sorry. I need to stop clicking hold position. That's literally my problem. I think hold position makes them not do their skills either. Alistair? Yeah, see, now he's using them. I think it's because I do hold position. I need to learn not to click that. I click it because I don't want them to move yet. But maybe I should just let them be.
Right.
Just let them do it. You know? I know these dudes probably have a lot of injuries, but I don't care for them. I don't care for them to waste my stuff on. I need to stop clicking hold position. Like, ingrain that in my mind. Do not hold position.
Curse it.
God. I need to go through those. Nice, paralyzed. See, now they're doing their stuff. Maybe it'll be fine. You set Alistair on fire! But they killed someone without dying, so maybe that's okay. There we go. You know, that's much better. We're learning. We're growing. We're learning. We're growing. They came from the, I guess, that hole that we passed earlier.
This should be easy enough.
The 3rd floor. That's really scary that the Darkspawn are really organized. That means there is an archdemon, right? Or someone's leading them. How are they to know to come attack the tower?
Loghain better be ready to charge as soon as we light the signal. The king is depending on us.
Right.
Agreed. Maybe I give him one. Like, look at his injuries. Okay, that took care of all of them. Okay. And he has threaten on. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now everyone's doing what they need to do. Where are you going? Okay, we're holding our own much better now.
Right. As you wish.
What?
Right.
Alrighty. 3rd floor. How tall is this tower? Go for the alpha.
That lever over there. Release the hound.
Right.
Sorry, let me make sure I click it. Haha! Get him, Poochie! That move that Mabari just did was one of the most broken moves in this game. Not just for Mabaris, but for quite a few enemies. Did I accidentally use an elixir? Can I do that for realsies? Oopsie. People outside. Try to save them. Awesome. Where do you think you're going, buddy? Nope. Alright, we're doing it. As long as we don't tell them to hold. We're doing it. I'm sure this place was very lovely before. Let me save again, just in case.
As you wish.
Are these supposed to be beds? No mattresses? Yikes. Why didn't we secure the tower more thoroughly? Because I feel like this could have been a very good defensive position.
On it.
What do I know? What is this grounding potion? I'm what? Resistant to bonus to electricity resistance? Like any of these fuckers is gonna have electricity. Well, maybe an emissary. There's 3 of you? Oh no, Alistair! Yeah, double shield bash. My brother in arms. Awesome. We're kind of clearing this tower pretty quickly. Oh my god, there's a chest. Ooh, the lag. This looks like a fancy door. Please, game, don't die. Top floor. Let's go. Flank your enemies, yeah. I'm trying to remember that. Ooh, running in. Our first mega boss. The ogre. Yo, it's fucking badass, is what it is. And also scary. Can you try to paralyze it ASAP?
Weapons at the ready.
It might resist it, but you know. Did our dude burn us? Oh my god, Alistair! He killed our mage. Yikes. Oh, we stunned it! We stunned it! Oh, we didn't stun it for that long. Isn't just me, or do you actually think you have a chance? It resisted. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna kill it. Let go of him! Oh, we're so badass. Look at this. Don't worry, Alistair. I'll save you. Okay, I really thought we were gonna wipe on that fight. I was anticipating it on nightmare mode. We did it!
The beacon is over here. We've surely missed the signal. Let's light it quickly before it's too late.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Ooh. Get some money. Sorry, mage. He really was just going for you. So hardcore. Ooh, some things we can sell later. Alistair, why aren't you moving with me?
The beacon is over here. We've surely missed the signal. Okay. Let's light it quickly before it's too late.
Alright, let's light it. We have climbed the Tower of Ishal. Time to save this fight with Logain's army.
Sound the retreat.
But what about the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
The cutscenes are what they actually look like, and it looks daunting to see his face like that. Also, his betrayal!
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
Who saw that coming? I certainly didn't the first time I played. His whole army behind him, look at that. All the lights could have saved everyone here. He's so evil too. Why is he smirking like he's like, yeah, we're leaving. We're letting them all to die. It's really depressing, heartbreaking to see this. Such an epic fight. They're fighting for their lives, for their country. And, ooh, the whispers. And it almost seems like they know this is the king. Just kills him. And Duncan. The badass that Duncan is. Everyone dying around him. And then to see the beacon lit and knowing you were betrayed before you die, I'm crying. Poor Duncan. Not the arrows. It's heartbreaking. Damn, why am I naked?
Your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
What happened to the Darkspawn?
You were injured, and then Mother rescued you. Do you not remember?
Wait, what happened to the army, to the king?
The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
My friend, you mean Alistair?
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before, yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
Are my injuries severe?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
What about Alistair? Is he alright?
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
Very unkind. Those were his friends.
And you think they would encourage his blubbering? If so, they are not the sort of Grey Wardens the legends note.
Why does your mother want to see me?
I do not know. She rarely tells me her plans.
Thank you for helping me, Morrigan.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
I have some questions if you don't mind.
I do not mind. Take your time.
Are we safe here? Where are the Darkspawn?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king.
Oh, well.
A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
He got snapped in half. I happen to be of royal blood, you know.
Yet now you are a surface dwarf.
Oh.
My king's ransom might be a long time coming.
How did she manage to rescue us exactly?
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
Are there any survivors besides us?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Why? What's happening?
Are you sure you want me to describe it?
I wouldn't have asked if I didn't.
I had a good view of the battlefield. 'Tis a grisly scene. There are bodies everywhere, and Darkspawn swarm them, feeding, I think. They also look for survivors and drag them back down beneath the ground. I cannot say why.
I know why. Why did Taryn the Loghain abandon the king? She's not going to know this answer.
I do not know who this Loghain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it.
I've asked her questions.
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
Last of the Wardens. Oh, we're standing so close. We're going to stay here. Resilient. I don't know what these trophies are. Killed 100 Darkspawn. Completed Ostagar without the main character ever falling in battle. I wonder if these are all the main story points. Without falling in battle. Educated. Tinker. Okay. I think with that, while we have witnessed Ostagar, the battle, and survived, I think we'll be bringing this episode to a close. I'm gonna try to keep them long, because I really want to do it that way. I'm really loving it. I'm loving the mods that I have on so far. I might be adding more in the future, so always be sure to check the description if I mention that. I'm really loving this Warden armor. And Morrigan's armor is awesome too. I am loving re-experiencing this story, and I hope you guys are too. I'm trying to keep it as in character for a dwarf could be. She seems a little straightforward as well from how I've been answering things. Getting to the point with asking questions. And she's not afraid to be a little brave and have a little thrill of the battle so far. I'm excited to see where our journey takes us next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.